Hello and welcome to Train Sim TV. Today we're looking at Cargo Line Volume 5 Nuclear from Skyhook Games. I'm going to do something a little bit different rather from the norm of just the stuff that comes with the pack itself. I've actually put a formation together and we're going to have a little drive and just sort of replicate a working that would happen on the North London line, which was a Sizewell to Crewe flash train. Not overly sure I've got the reference of what year this was. 2014. I'm replicating this off, so it's a little bit fictional, but it's just something a bit different and running it on a different line that it isn't actually sort of doesn't come with from a standard. I've got a class 20, I've got a class 66. Apparently it's got its lights on. I'm gonna have a look at that in a second, and then we've got 3 flasks on this formation. But the main focus is here, it's a 20 and the flask. The 66 is just something a little bit different. I'm hoping it works. If not, I have to chuck something else down. Anyway, right, let us get started and we'll go through some bits and bobs on the way. So, cab's already turned on. I've already got my route set just so I don't have to wait hours for a path. But we have a refurbished class 20 this is /3. Yeah, it's a /3. I mean, so it's a little bit more modern from what we're used to with the original Keys Valley 20. So it's got a modern desk, a lot more clean. I've seen a few comments out there saying why is it too clean, maybe, but to be fair, these are refurbished, so they were probably looked after a lot more than what they were like in BR days. But yeah, I can see where people say maybe a few scratch marks and bits on the desk, but to be harm, it's not the end of the world. It's nice though. Nice to have a refurbed model. So there's bits and pieces that I'm mostly noticing here. So you got GSMI, you got a nice new like modernised desk. Controls are still the same. This is different. This is definitely new. That wasn't on the original one. DPWS isolation switch over, or DSD, so I say. DPWS and stuff. Panic button. I don't know if the panic button actually does anything. Fuse cabinet is there still. I don't think that's changed. There's a TPWS isolator. Change ends switch. So it depends on what driving desk you're on. So we're on. I think this would be class 2. Not class 2. Number 2 end. Number end would be that way. This would technically be facing forward, with long nose leading. Just gonna go back into here for a second, just so we can have a little nosy, and I'll just there we go. So it is an unbranded class 20 Oxford blue. I do like the shade of blue, to be honest. It's a very nice shade. I'm hoping someone does a branding patch to put the actual brand on the side of it. Personally, I'm all for branding. I can understand why it's not been branded for to get it over the finish line and release. And at the end of the day, licensing is a pig, so we get what we have to take what we can get at the end of the day. But other than that, it is there. Just visualize it with a DRS compass on the side of it. Oh, it's looking nice. I'm liking the weathering down the front. It's grotty. Absolutely grotty. These things did get grotty on the outside in their later days. The DRS don't operate 20s anymore either, which is a shame because 20s are absolutely hellfire. I think a few of them went into storage, and I'm not sure if Harry Needle took some of them. Whether anything has happened with them, I don't know, but they are still knocking about. The DRS ones just don't go anywhere, and they're just in storage. Class 20s do obviously frequent the main line still under other operators, so that you can still find class 20s out and about on the main line. The wagon is a FNA-D, I think it is. If I could took any notes, find it. There we go. It is an FNA-D nuclear flask. So these are the more modern version of a nuke flask compared to the ones that weren't green. The ones that ran from like the 80s through till sort of recent times. They've got new. Basically new flasks nowadays, new wagons. Presuming the other ones were getting life expired. Yeah, nice to have nuclear action in the game. And the wagon itself is lovely. Plenty of detail going on. One thing I like with Skyhook is they definitely go to town with the detail, and they do a good job. Yeah, it's looking very nice. The hazard panels there as well. The handbrake stuff there. So you put a handbrake on, that needle should move across. Numbering on the tops of the containers, and they are all different. So they are obviously on a dynamic numbering system. They look pretty similar to the other flasks. I think the main addition is I think the bars on the back are more of a new thing. I don't think the other ones really had the bars on them, and the other ones weren't green down the side. The original ones. There were another type of flask as well. I think it was a volatile, which was an earlier example before they went to the FNA. Before the D, well, what the FNA was, but the other FNA. I don't know how long lived that was, to be honest, but there was another example. It's got a modern AWS self-test on this as well. Don't think there's anything new with the sounds as such. I think they're probably just existing sounds. Oh, I did what I just wanted to have a quick look at why there's lights on. Let's see if we can turn them off in here. I'm hoping this thing just moves and doesn't play havoc with me wanting to control it. Ah, they've gone off. Watch my front ones go off now. No, they're on. Win that. Right. But this is Stratford on the Mel. Maybe you can see it's Stratford. You've got the annotations up on the screen. Right. Please be nice to me and please let me drive. It's not going to let me drive. I don't think with the 66 in the back. Unless I've not done something, I don't know. Pull on. I don't think there's anything with the switch. Definitely not. It must be the fact that I've got this 20 and 66 combination, so I don't think. Everything's definitely on, you see, so I'm wondering if there's actually, it doesn't like the 66. Let me just uncouple. Yeah, it's like we take power up. Right, not to worry, what we'll do. Take these off. Plus 20s, and we've got a combination of. Do this. Oh, it's the wrong way round. Why is it the wrong way round? The 20s. It's all fun. This is like the behind the scenes chaos. So why the 20s the wrong way around? Oh, we'll go with that. At least it's not facing the wrong way. Top and tail. Yeah, I'll fuss with that. Right, so activate your desk. Switches as usual. If you're not familiar with a class 20 in the game, you might not have ever played 20 before, to be honest. You might have only wanted to play modern era stuff, so that's fair enough. So you put your key in over here, and then jump back into your seat. Key in, and then into forward. So what we'll do again now is we'll set a path and hope for the best. We're taking it as far as Camden because as far as I'm aware, when it got to Camden, it went off towards Primrose Hill. let's go before anything stops us from going anywhere. Brakes are still coming off. We have lift off. Oh, they've got a new horn. The brakes are locking on. Why are they locking on? I like that horn. That's very nice. Why is it not? Oh, and the brakes are coming off, I think. Something's going. There we go. Right, I think we're alright now. It's not locking brakes on. It was still bleeding brakes off the wagons by what's in the loco. I actually really like that horn. It's really nice. Fair play for that. That's nice. I didn't even know they had changed any of the audio on that, so that's good. This pack is available. It's actually available to actually grab it now, the time of this video being out. If you are an English Electric fan and do like a 20, then go and grab this. It is $12.99. It comes with scenarios for West Coast Main Line South and West Coast Main Line Preston to Carlisle. And it comes with timetable workings for their own respective timetables as well. So there's a nuclear copy of this, the timetables. You can have a dabble about. I think as well, from my understanding, is that John is hoping to have the 20 pack going on the Birmingham Cross City and West Coast South timetable as well at some point. He had been scouting to see if there would be anywhere it can go in, and it looks like there is something, so we should see something for that at some point down the line. No timescales as to when he will be doing it, but nonetheless, he has been looking. Suspension. Oh, it does have suspension. Very good. These have it. They do look like they've got suspensions. This is one of the things that came up in the past where like the Skyhook stuff didn't have any suspension, but it looks like they've managed to get their head around doing that, so that's good. Good stuff. We are cooking on gas here. Oh, I can't remember if we had a red or... No, we've got a green, we've got a banner. It's green. That's good. So yeah, you'd see these nuclear flash trains knocking about, like out of places such as Sellafield, Dungeness, through sidings, to Bridgewater. There is, I think, as well actually a service on the Riviera line that was put in ahead of the release of this, so you'll be able to see that as well. Now, is that a red or yellow signal? It is a red. Why did I have a banner saying you could go? Oh, it's gone yellow. There we go. I think some audio's changed in here as well. That rattle sounds like it was never there before, so I think they've actually done some new sounds in here. There's new rattles and it gets louder when you freshen it more. Oh, that's nice. I am chuffed they've updated some audio. That motor whine as well. Some of the audio's the same, and the existing audio wasn't bad at all. So I can understand why some of it stayed. Is very good. I'm actually quite enjoying this. I've been looking forward to this for such a long time. It's just nice to see another loco in the modern scene, like for freight. No, it's not a modern loco really, but it's a 1960s loco, but it's obviously a modernised example. So it's good to see we've got something else extra. Freight locos for the UK scene are very, very far apart. We don't have much. We do have the 90 coming. Which is good news. Hopefully that's not like millions of miles away either. Proper slog this. We are following the service, of course. It means we get to enjoy a lot of thrash. In the sunlight does that. 8-foot road. Oh, there we go. I know why it's absolutely fresh in its way. Like the real, the rear one's dead. It's not powering up by the looks of it. Also, it's bad bit. I've got no lights on. I'll tail lamp pump back. Maybe. Let me put a tail lamp pump. Oh. No. Never mind. Health and safety and all that. And we're going to be on yellow still. It was around the early 2000s when the refurbs were done, came along. Good timing. Not sure. I don't think the track joint sounds new. I think they sound existing. Definitely a good line to have picked to come down. So, they were created as a subsidiary of British Nuclear Fuels DRSware in 1994. Sole purpose was to take over the rail-based handling of nuclear materials from BR. Initially, they were operating from the reprocessing plant at Sellafield, but DRS opened the dedicated depot at Carlisle Kingmore in 1998 to cater for the fleet of 15 external tunnel works, 20 locomotives. So the ones they got were from basically when the Channel Tunnel was being built. Might not have some brakes before that. Eventually, DRS operated a fleet of 21 examples of the Class 20, the English Electric Type 1s, being significantly upgraded by brush traction in Loughborough with a long-range fuel tank, group standard headlight clusters, which are the Y packs, impact windscreens as well, and a complete cab rebuild from outshopping them in the iconic Oxford blue with the full yellow ends and red buffer beams. With this /3 add-on, it represents a safe circa 2000 wiper headlights, modernised cabin, NRN and GSMR equipment. I've just missed my doofer there because I was clicked on my screen. Non-functional panic button, removable head coat disc. So yeah, the T's one had the discs on the where the lights. If you're familiar with that one, if you're not familiar with the old ones. You used to have discs where the lights were. You used to pull them up and pull them down. It's sort of like put your head code on them. I think I have to hang on a second here because my brakes are still locked on. Yeah. I'm gonna do the cheat and get around it. There we go. Otherwise I'll sit here all day. Or driving is booked. I've just noticed it says SHG on the GSMR setup. Slippy. It is a bit slippy. So FNA's nuclear flask sandwiched between a pair of 20s is an FNA-D nuclear flask, although not always sandwiched between. They do run in top and tail. They can also run in double-headed or triple-headed, however many locos DRS want to slap on the front sometimes to move locos around. Sometimes you'd see like 4 or 5 locos to like one wagon. It'd be absolutely crazy, but yeah. So the FNAs, these ones were commissioned by, so the commissioned WH Davis to produce 40 of these like-for-like replacements of the original FNA. I'm presuming all the old ones have gone. I'm not too sure. I could be talking rubbish there, so I'm not going to say yes they have. But oh, there's a freight. Yeah, they're basically pretty much exactly identical, bar some like additions like the bars and stuff at the end. The FNAs originally came in 1970. At 1970s. So the new batch features several major updates. So these are basically improvements of the original model, so including exposed framing, different bogies, and the ability to carry a wider range of flask designs. Despite the reduction in nuclear power plants in nuclear power, in the UK since the millennium, the FNA-D can still be seen across much of the UK. So yeah, they do still run around. You'll definitely find them. Nice screenshot down here. That's a nice shot, that. Lovely. As I mentioned earlier, gameplay for the add-on is it uses Preston, Carlisle, or London, Milton Keynes West Coast Main Line routes. The Preston Carlisle one is more like era-specific style scenarios. You get the 47 is the traction for them one, so it doesn't use the DRS-20. They are set in the 80s, the scenarios. Even though the wagon is obviously not from that era, but they were around, weren't they? There's just a different version of them. You get 3 scenarios and 14 timetable services for that. So the timetable is its own dedicated one. We'll find the list. So these represent trains running out of Sellafield nuclear sites with in-game services running between Carnforth, Preston, and Carlisle, as well as Morecambe. Preston and Morecambe, Carnforth, originating off the off-map at Heysham Harbour. These services are operated by 47 locomotives that feature on the route, with additions of including the Mott and BG besides, so they've got barrier wagons. You get, again, it mentions, of course, the West Coast Main South is also used. So you get 2 scenarios for that route and 4 timetable services. Again, its own separate dedicated timetable. These represent trains running out of Sellafield and Dungeness nuclear sites, with in-game services running between Willesden and Milton Keynes, as well as starting services ending at Bletchley, Willesden, Bryn Sidings. Riviera line, as I mentioned earlier, it has there's a service there as well. So prior to the release of TSW6, we also mentioned the nuclear train service that Skyhook Games implemented to the Riviera line timetable. Right, again, I should never click on the other screen. Jesus Christ. I'm scrolling down the bloody article at the same time. Shouldn't be doing that. I should do that and then click back onto the screen, but I never do. Yeah, so Tyler put, I'm not sure if it's like 1 or 2 services, 1 in each direction potentially, on that route. So Riviera does have a little bit of nuclear action. I think there was a site just outside of Plymouth, I don't remember what it's called, but yeah, you do own that route, and obviously you get this pack, you can have a little play on there as well. And that runs with a 66. It uses Mark II barrier coaches, and it has the flasks inside sandwiched in. My driving is appalling. What happens when you're trying to read stuff and scroll down things, you miss things. I can't tell what these signals are doing. I need to remove the signalling patch because I really feel like it's absolutely knackering the lenses, and it's hard to actually tell what colour the signals are, but that does actually, to be fair, look red, but I need to double check. It is red. Train starts just at the station. Please note as well, Generation 8 consoles, PS4, Xbox One, the spread of the other trains running around has been reduced to provide acceptable performance. This reduction doesn't apply to PC, Xbox S and X or PS5 versions. And Nuclear Cargo Line Volume 5 is available now to purchase. Again, it's available on all platforms, and it's €12.99, €15.99 or $16.99 on your respective platform. Notice that window isn't actually flush with the frame. Look, the glass is actually sticking out. I feel like it should be the 350 on all the boards with it. Come on, go forward, please. What are we doing? Ah, brilliant. Thanks, Sam. Well, apparently I've just gone back through a signal. Fantastic. Let me just go back in here. We'll just wrap things up at this point because they're not going to drive. That's only another mile. I was literally just driving into Camden then. So, after that shocking driving, let me just summarise up so you get the Class 20. It's a /3. It's got updated audio. It's got suspension. It's got a refurbished carb. It's got other bits and bobs. Let me just shut one down just to... Got loads of formations. Just note that you can't apparently stick it down with the DRS66 for whatever reason, sadly. But, yeah, it's a shame because obviously you can run them with other like formations. Can you actually do anything on the sides? Oh, they are. Look, that needles move, as I mentioned. You can tell these have got the different bogies. They're a lot more modern bogie style then. No, it's decent. It's a nice pack. Just from what I've just had a little drive of them. Awfully. But no, yeah, it's a decent addition, and it's a welcomed addition as well. And I'm sure many people are excited for this one. I do hope we see a branding patch for anyone out there that does mods. Put some compass on the side. That'd be great. But no, otherwise, head to the link down in the section below. It will be on there from 6 PM when it goes over onto the PC side of things. And other than that, thank you very much for watching. Any comments or anything like that, do put in the chat. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell for future videos. Catch you on a Monday and Friday at twitch.tv/trainsub_TV. And yeah, thank you. Cheers for your support, as always. Top notch work again from Skyhook. Fair play to them. They've done a nice little addition to this, and they've done a good job of modernising as well. Look forward to seeing what they do next. Got any more up the sleeve in terms of cargo line or anything, bring it on. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.